Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump engage in a tense discussion at the White House. In the grand theater of international politics, where alliances are as fickle as the weather, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky finds himself center stage, navigating a labyrinth of diplomatic challenges that would make even the most seasoned statesman break into a cold sweat. The Oval Office in the White House recently became the stage for a tense showdown between Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump. The atmosphere was thick with tension, voices were raised, and the future of U.S. military aid hung precariously in the balance. This wasn't just a diplomatic spat. It was a full-blown crisis that left Ukraine's lifeline of support fraying at the edges. But just when the plot seemed darkest, enter stage left, European leaders with a flair for diplomacy. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron donned their mediator hats, orchestrating a summit in London that sought to steady the ship. Their message was clear: Europe stands with Ukraine. They proposed a peace plan, not just to end the conflict, but to ensure Ukraine's sovereignty isn't sacrificed on the altar of expediency. President Emmanuel Macron of France, meanwhile, has suggested a one-month truce focusing on critical infrastructures: air, sea, and energy. A litmus test, if you will, to gauge Russian President Vladimir Putin's sincerity in this high-stakes game of chess. While the UK played it cool, not fully endorsing the truce but keeping the lines of communication open, Zelensky, with the weight of a nation on his shoulders, remained steadfast. He demanded concrete security guarantees, wary of any ceasefire that could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. So what's next for Ukraine and its indomitable leader? The ideal scenario: a minerals agreement with the U.S., smoothing ruffled feathers, and American fighter jets soaring in support of European troops on Ukrainian soil. Russia, enticed by the prospect of sanction relief, agrees to a ceasefire. It's the stuff of diplomatic dreams. Europe takes the helm. With the U.S. playing hard to get, Europe might just roll up its sleeves and dive in headfirst. This could mean deploying troops, seizing Russian assets to fund Ukraine's defense, and showing the world that the European spirit is alive and kicking. Ukraine stands alone. Without substantial aid, Ukraine faces the behemoth of Russian aggression solo. The international community watches with bated breath as Ukraine's resilience is tested like never before. Zelensky's gamble. In a move that had political analysts reaching for their notebooks, Zelensky has floated the idea of stepping down if it meant Ukraine could join NATO. It's a bold gambit, underscoring his commitment to his nation's future over personal power. But the question lingers: would this sacrifice pave the way for peace, or plunge Ukraine into deeper uncertainty? As the world watches this unfolding drama, one thing is certain: Ukraine's future is being written in real time, with Zelensky holding the pen.